My name is John Reeves. I just want to share a little bit about who I am, what I've been through, and where I'm at now. So, I'm 33 years old, and I've spent most of my life locked up. The first time I was ever locked up, I was 9 years old. I went to school. I threatened to blow up my school, and my dare officer took me to jail, right? So, I got put on probation, and I stayed out of trouble till I was around 11, and then off to the races again. I got caught with a pack of cigarettes at school, charged with unruly, went to jail, got out, got on probation. So then it was like any little thing I did, I went back to jail, right? So from the time 11 to 18, I spent six years incarcerated. I was in and out of Ohio Department of Youth Services, had 4 different numbers, went to Cuyahoga Hills, Indian Rivers, Mohican, and ORV. So as soon as I turned 18, back to prison. I've been in and out of prison my whole life, right? So it wasn't until I realized I had a drug problem a little over 14 months ago that my life started to change, right? So I overdosed for the 10th time on fentanyl. I was Narcan and taken to a hospital in Ohio, and I knew I was gonna die. I knew at that point that if I didn't stop using drugs, I was gonna die. And for the first time in my life, I was afraid. Like, I didn't want to die. All the other times I was Narcan, I was mad because you took my high away. You know, now I'm in a hospital. How long does this stuff gotta wait to wear off before I can get high again? And so the last time, it was different. I was scared. Like, genuinely, I was scared to die. So I asked the nurse, I said, can you please get me some kind of treatment? I need help. I don't want to live like this no more. They told me, we don't have nothing for you. You're going to have to do that on your own. So I left. When I left out of the hospital, I fell on my knees. And I asked Jesus to come into my life and help, because I didn't know how to live. I didn't know where else to go. I didn't know what to do. I had exhausted all my resources. Couldn't go to mom's house. You know the story. So from that moment on, my life changed. The lady came out of the hospital and she said, sir, would you like to come back in here and lay down for a little bit? I was like, please, because I didn't even know how to get back to the house I was at where I had overdosed. I didn't even know the town I was in. So I went back in. This was probably 3 o'clock in the morning. I went back in and laid down till around 5 a.m., 5:30. When they woke me up and told me it was time to go, it was daylight outside. And I had this little spark of hope. And I was like, okay. So I left the hospital, walked straight back to the house where I was staying. And I told the girl, I said, look, I just want to pack up all my stuff. Can you please take me to my mom's? I'm going to treat. She kind of laughed at me. She's like, yeah, whatever, I'll take you. So I packed up all my stuff and I went to my mom's. I went to the dope house to get some more dope. And there was a girl there because I was sick and I didn't want to be sick, but I wanted to go to treatment. But there was this girl there. So she said, I said, I need to get into treatment. She said, I just got out of treatment. She said, here, call this number and they'll come and get you. I was like, what? So I called the number, right? Called the number and they were like, we're coming to get you. What's your address? I give them the address. They're like, all right, we'll have somebody there by 11 o'clock. This is 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, oh, hold on. Wait. They're like, nope, we're on our way. I'm like, okay. So I go to treatment. I spend 42 days in treatment. While I'm in treatment, I get introduced to Narcotics Anonymous. So I'm like, cool. All I got to do is go to these meetings and get me a sponsor. My life's just going to be better. So, remind you, I asked God to help me. So when I get out of treatment, God put me in a sober living right next to a church. Can't get no better than that, right? But I'm still not all the way bought in. I'm still running a little bit. I ain't trying to, be on the prayer line 3 times a day, go to church. So I get me a little job. I'm going to my meetings. Everything's still good. But I got this pending gun case from the night I overdosed. I had a loaded gun on me. So I'm going to court fighting this case. And New Year's comes around. I go to see my PO. She's like, I gotta take you to jail. I'm like, for what? I ain't done nothing. I've been working. I passed all my drug tests. I'm in treatment. I'm doing everything I need to do, right? She's like, you had an indictment come back. I'm like, oh, man. So they take me to jail. When I was in jail, God saved me. God sent a preacher to the jail, and he touched my soul. That man, everything he said I needed to hear. I fell on my knees, and I was saved. God saved me at that moment. And from then on, I'm in now. Like, I know that's why I went to jail. I know God put me in jail. And then it was like a moment of clarity, because all the other times I went to jail, I realized that was God saving me from myself. Because if I would have died in my sin, I would have went to hell. And it was like, every time I went to jail, it was like the end of the road. Like, I had nowhere else to go. So I know that was God, like, cleaning me up. Here, get you some food, get some rest. Here's a Bible, So, I get saved, get out of jail, start going to church, Bible study, start reading the Bible. I start praying, fasting, and my life has just continued to get better. I mean, and God is so real. He is so alive. I try to tell people, like, be careful what you pray for, because he'll give it to you. He'll give you your heart's desires. As long as you follow his word and you're on his side, he's going to bless you. So I just like to encourage you, if you don't know God, to get a relationship with him. It's the best thing I could give you. It's better than money. It's better than a Porsche. It's better than all the land in the world. Because all this stuff belongs to God anyway. So why wouldn't he give you what you want? I went to court for the gun, signed a plea agreement to go serve 4 months in jail. I went to court for the gun, didn't get no time. The judge kind of scratched his head. He said, I'm going to give you some probation, Mr. Reeves. I'm a 4-time convicted felon. I already got a previous gun case. So my record told me I was going to jail. I was so sure that I was going to jail, I mailed myself pictures to the jail. Because y'all know how hard it is to get somebody to mail you some pictures when you're locked up. Man. So, like, I want to thank you for watching this. I want to thank you for your time. And if you don't know Jesus, ask him to come into your heart and find out what it means to be a Christian. Read the Bible, and everything you ever need to know is in the Bible. Everything. It addresses every situation you could ever encounter in life. The answer is in the Bible. I love y'all.